Hi guys, spiritsvessel here, doing the June 2019 reading for Capricorn, Capricorn Sun, Capricorn Moon, Capricorn Rising. And just kind of tuning into your guys' energy. I'm feeling like I actually feel like you guys are kind of in your element right now. I have a really good friend who's a Capricorn, and he moved a few months ago, and it was probably one of the best damn decisions he's ever made. I think he's doing quite well. I haven't talked to him in a bit because I think he's just been busy. I think he's been doing his thing, which is good because sometimes we need to change location to really get us in the right headspace. You know what I mean? Sometimes we need to change things up. Sometimes Capricorns have a hard time with that change. The earth signs do in general, but at least you guys aren't fixed. You know what I mean? You guys like starting new ideas. You guys are cardinal, so you do like the initiation process of it. So let's see what's going on with you guys. Hermit. Okay. All right. Wow. I like these cards so far. And unlike the other signs I've done so far this month, there was a lot of reversals with the other signs. And the way I read reversals is that reversals is more of an inward energy. It's an inward theme as opposed to it being external. And you guys have a lot of upright cards in this reading. So there's definitely things moving forward. And at the middle of all this is balance. You guys are maintaining this. You're trying to maintain this balance at the very least. And I think you guys are successful in that. There's been some isolation you guys have been doing. I think you guys have been diligently working while in this, interesting, while in this hermit period. Perhaps you've been having to defend your need for solitude to the people in your life, but ultimately, I think you're happy going through a period of solitude. I think you guys are getting a lot of shit done. There's a lot of new opportunities coming in, especially because we're in Gemini season, so a lot of communication happening, a lot of new energy being brought in, a lot of new ideas, very intellectually stimulating time. And at the same time, it all feels new. I think you're feeling like you're a kid again, which is good. I'm happy to see that, because I swear to God, Capricorns are, the day they're born, they're 70 years old and they age in reverse. I want to get just a little bit more reading off of the Fool card. So yeah, I think you guys are a little bit worried about finances. I think, kind of vibe I'm getting so far, I think you guys have gone inward, maybe taken some time away from work. Little bit of fear in regards to that. Maybe money's a little funny. But this is all like a good thing. Like if there's any Capricorns right now transitioning careers, it might feel a little weird at first because it's just something new and it's not comfortable, especially if you guys have been doing the same thing for a long time. But it's a needed change and it's welcomed. And again, there's new life. Look at this Page of Wands right here. New enthusiasm, new passions. It's a good time. It's a good time for Capricorns right now. And I think there was a lot of because we've got this 10 of Wands here, and I think there was a lot of needless responsibilities you guys were carrying for a long time, and that's finally over with. um I think there's this Knight of Pentacles. To me, this energy is coming in as, I think you guys are entering either a creative partnership or a business partnership. Doesn't necessarily feel romantic, although it could be. But I think you guys, whoever this Knight of Pentacles is that's coming in, they're kind of, I feel like you're feeling like you're a kid again. You're feeling like you're, 10, 15 years younger. And I think this Knight of Pentacles is also in the same boat, and you guys are vibing off of each other. And they're grounded, they're practical. And at the same time, the energy feels young. They might literally be like a teenager, right? Like this could be like you took some time off of work, and you're spending more time with your teenager, or maybe your teenagers come back from college because it's summer. Maybe they've come back in. But whoever it is, you guys are just vibing off of each other really well, and I think there's a lot of ideas flowing. The moon's coming in. Like I said, I think you guys are going through a bit of a change. Either you guys are like change a career, going into retirement. You moved, like my fellow Capricorn friend. And I think because of that, there's just like a little bit of uncertainty. And also, I feel like I should say this. Whenever the moon is in a reading, I kind of think of that. Like Cancer is associated with the moon, but mostly Pisces, and that foggy sort of energy where there's a lot of like your dreams might be really active, but you don't want to put all your eggs in one basket into feelings or like intuition, because things are a little unclear. And I feel like I should caution this as a warning to some Capricorns out there. If you're dealing with your anxiety or your lack of clarity or your lack of control over what's happening next, and you're drinking a little bit more or maybe smoking a little bit more pot, just be careful with that. There's already some deceptive stuff, and I don't mean deceptive as in like someone's deceiving you. I kind of, what I mean by that is that I think there's just a lot of input coming in right now, and I think it's it'd be very easy to make a decision not having all the facts or not having clear facts. It's always kind of best to tread carefully when we have the moon in a reading. Oh, it always kind of says to me that there's a little fogginess going on. I feel like, like Neptune energy, like Pisces energy. So Neptune being the ruling planet of Pisces, like that kind of energy. It's it can be a little bit too much into fantasy. So just be careful with that. You Capricorns are really practical, so remember that. I think some of you out there, because you guys are so practical, sometimes you go a little bit overboard when you're celebrating. So just be careful. You want to be clear, especially when we go into Cancer season. All that energy is opposing you. You want to be fairly clear during that period. Ultimately, like the Chariot and the Queen of Pentacles upright. I think you're having, I think the Queen of Pentacles is someone else coming in too, very stable, very practical, and also working with you with this project. Could be a partner, could be like a relationship, like a love partner, or it could be a business partner. I feel like these two cards, I feel like you're just surrounded by a lot of support right now. And it's very stable. It's very stable. And even though things they were feeling like a little bit heavy there for a minute, a little bit like a burden, a little bit like, oh my God, like I've got all this stuff I've taken on. You've been able to really like push through and move forward. And, I think recently, like this is kind of the vibe I'm getting for some of the Capricorns that are out there. I think you guys took a big risk recently and it paid off. And it was a little scary. And it was a little like completely out of your comfort zone, but it paid off. And this is kind of where this Chariot's coming from. I think like you got this impulse to do it and you did it, and it was a little challenging, but you were able to move forward. And it was a very divine thing that you were able to, run with this idea that you had and move forward, even though it's a little scary, it's a little uncharted territory. But you do have, these court cards coming in, these pentacle figures coming in. And I think whoever this Queen of Pentacles is, they're really helping you to ground. And I just feel so much love coming from this Queen of Pentacles card. Whoever it is, male or female, very nurturing energy, and able to really, the thing with these Pentacles court cards, they're able to speak your language. They support you in a way where you can hear it because they're Pentacles cards. Pentacles that's the Capricorn way. You build your house one brick at a time, and they're able to really level with you in that way. I want to get a little bit more clarity over this moon card here. And yeah, I think this has to do with money. I think you guys, I think you had like I said, the things that are coming in strongest for me are either you went to retirement or new career. Either you went to business for yourself. There was a change in your finances. There was a stability in your finances before, and things changed up. And I feel that very strongly coming from this reading. And there's this needing to balance that. And I think there's this, because you're in the Hangman right now. This is also, to me, like relating to this Hermit that's up here. You guys are spending a lot of time just contemplating and finding yourself again and getting a new perspective because of it, because you've kind of put yourself in a bit of a stasis. The Hangman needs to hang upside down to gain new perspective. Of course, he's right side up with this, but if we return the card over, he's upside down, and immediately when you go upside down, what happens? You get new perspective. And so I think you're just rethinking what you need to feel stable. I think internally you feel that way, and you're a little surprised by it. You're like, what? This isn't what I thought it would look like. But again, you guys have had to really surrender control and really just kind of listen to a higher power, which is kind of interesting, because I think if there's some Capricorns who are watching this who aren't very religious or spiritual or whatever you want to call that, I think they're like, oh wow, I am like taken care of, and I'm not really able to explain why that is. and that's okay too. But ultimately, there's a lot of balance. There's a lot of balance and patience. That you are able to tap into and also see around you in your life. And whatever change needed to be made, it had to, so that you could get to this temperate state. You've got you've got a few major arcana cards in this reading. And I think everything, all the changes that had to be made, it had to be made so you could get to a point where you're in this place of temperance and you can be the chariot. You know, you can start pushing these ideas forward and putting them out into the world. And I think change can be scary, but when we finally discover who we truly are and what we truly need, you can't unsee that. You have to go all in. Once the being a human being, it's like this constant state of trying to remember who we are. And once you see it and you feel that moment where you're like, oh my God, yeah, this is what I need. You can't go back. And I think you guys saw it and you made the right decision. I think you chose you, which is awesome to hear that, because I know there's just so many Capricorns in my life that don't choose themselves. And they're so hard on themselves. And, I really feel like the Capricorns out there that are watching this, you guys are lightening up, and I love that. I love to see that. So I'm going to pull one more card. King of Pentacles, reverse. I'm just going to pull some, interesting. In the Devil, the card of Capricorn. Interesting. You guys are really feeling like the King of Pentacles right now. You guys are feeling really grounded, really confident. And like I said, I feel like this Devil and this Moon, they're kind of talking to each other for me. I think there's just, because there might be a little bit of fear and anxiety, you guys might be going a little bit overboard with the drinky drink or the smoky smoke, and just be careful of that. But it's really not coming in very strong that that's like a huge thing. It's like if I had to have any sort of warning for you guys, that might be a possibility. But I feel like, the Justice card's coming in. The universe is rewarding you for very hard work. And everything feels so stable and grounded. Look how many Pentacles cards there are with this spread. It's amazing. You guys are doing great. I love to see that. Yeah. Cool reading. I like the energy that I got to tune into with Capricorns. It makes me feel better knowing that the probably the Capricorns in my life are doing better than I thought. So, if you like that reading, please like and subscribe to my channel. If you'd like a personal reading, you can email me at spiritsvessel@gmail.com to get more information about that. And if you would like to go to my website to get more information about me, my URL is www.spiritsvessel.com. I'll put the link to both in the description box below. Thank you so much. Have a good one.